Perfect. Perfect.
All right, everybody, what's going on? And welcome to today's episode of SWAC Talk. Of course, this is a show where we cover the SWAC inside and out. And I'm your tour guide around the SWAC, see what's coming at you. And we got a special guest in the house, and we're going to bring him on in a second. But, before we do, got to do the little housekeeping. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We're making our way up to 900. We're about 14 away from 900. So y'all get that subscribe button. It would definitely be appreciated. We'll bring y'all more content like this. I try to do interviews from time to time. I'll try to do a few more since we're in the off season. Also, make sure you support the Patreon, patreon.com/SWAC Talk. We have a $3 level, which allows you to have access to a group chat for members and suggest show topics for SWAC Talk and SWAC Smoke. And also, we have a $5 level that gives you access to those two perks, as well as being a part of our monthly roundtable. Members can join the live stream on a roundtable that comes with the $5 addition. Also, there's our Facebook page, SWAC Talk, Twitter, SWAC Talk 76, Instagram, SWAC Talk. And with all of that out of the way, man, let's go ahead and get this guy in the house. We have a special guest today, like I said before, Mr. A.C. Swadling, aka the Missile. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, SWAC Talk. I'm excited to tell you about myself and what I bring to the table.
Hey, like I said, man, when I saw your commitment post, I was like, man, let me go ahead and talk to this guy so I can get him in, because not a lot of UAPB stuff going on around. So I wanted to definitely do something with them. I got a couple friends that went to UAPB, so I want to show them some love.
Awesome.
So first and foremost, where did you get the nickname the Missile? That kind of stood out to me.
Well, the Missile, I know it sounds like, sounds furious and, dangerous, but it's more, a missile it's aimed at something. It's definitely controlled. So that's something you got to take into part when you hear my nickname, the Missile. I come in with speed, I come with heat. But my junior year, it was at I think it was at like a Desert Christian school or something like that, and we were playing, and someone hit some kid, and he was laying on the ground, and my coach was like, "Who was that? Is that the middle linebacker?" Because our middle linebacker was 6'4", 100 something, or 200 something like that. But the case was, I got up and I was the one, looking him over, talking some smack or whatever. And my coach was like, that was like a missile. That was like a missile attack. And so honestly, from that point forward, everyone started calling me the Missile. And my dad always, you ever seen like a comic? It just comes from the air.
Oh yeah,
that's my idea when I'm tackling. I'm trying to bring that energy, that passion to the table. But yeah, that's how I got my nickname, just the Missile and that one play. And honestly, it stuck with me, and we ended up winning that junior year season. So it was awesome.
Yeah, like I said, when I saw that, I was like, I got to get, I got to. Whenever somebody has a nickname and they come on the show, that's like one of the first things I always ask, because I'm a curious person. So I find if you want to know, you ask, and I definitely like that answer, because I love a guy who is straightforward and don't sugarcoat, just come right at, and hey, if you drop them, you drop them.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start at the very beginning. When did you start playing football?
Well, I never played tackle football all the way up to 9th grade. That's when I first started playing tackle football. But it started just when I was born. My dad always had a football in my hand and always playing football, playing catch, telling me, this is this type of formation, this is this type of formation. Always defense and offense, because you never know what side you want to play on. But just played flag football my whole entire life, all the way up to 9th grade, and then I started putting the cleats on and putting the pads on and the helmet on, and that felt like this is where I'm supposed to be at. Juking kids is fun for all, but when you gotta go point A to point B, it's not easy to go around them. Sometimes you gotta go through them. So it was fun, transitioning to tackle football and being a real football player.
So so you basically your freshman year of high school was your first year playing tackle football. Who was it like a situation where like some guys were like a coach or something at school, some or they needed guys or something like that, or did you just decide that it
Well,
was time to start?
well, I play basketball. I'm a two-sport athlete, or I'm a three-sport athlete. I play baseball also, but I'm a two-sport athlete at heart. I got, you know, looks from both ways. So it really came down to, my passion. And I was always playing basketball. But then you shoot for so long, you get bored. And I want to play football. I want to play football. And so I started just playing again, and I started getting more size on me. I held myself back for football in 8th grade, so I could have that opportunity to be like, do I want to play football or want to play basketball, and also have that age on me on top of it. So with that extra year, I went to Faith Baptist. It was the only school that would take me in the county because they didn't do any holdbacks in California, only for grade purposes. And I had good grades, of course, because I was in 8th grade. But we went through that whole year, and then I got to 9th grade. I almost played football in 8th grade to help them in 9th grade, but it would have messed with my eligibility, so we left it off the whole year. And then I got to my freshman year, and I mean, I was scared shitless. I really was. I know, my French, but
Oh no, that's fine.
I was there, and we had like nine. We play 8-man football, mind you. That's also a big thing for me. I play 8-man football, so I'm not even going, playing 11-man football. I'm playing like the lowest of the low. I don't even know anything else but 8-man football from that time being. So I get out there, and I think I get cracked back by like this running back. His name is Matt Behar. Kid was massive compared to me, and he was just trying to pick kids off, and I was one of them. But I learned that day that's how football is, and whether or not if getting hit doesn't hurt, and giving the hits, kind of feels better than maybe receiving a hit. But yeah, no, that was really it. 9th grade was just a new transition for me, and just not trying to get hurt and trying to stay eligible, keeping my grades, all that type of stuff, because you got to be a student athlete first in this world. So that was it was a really hard transition, but I got to it, and got hit a couple times, and I learned not to get hit. So I want to be the hitter, not be the hitty. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you can dish it out, it's better than taking it. I'm a basketball guy myself. I love football, but I'm a basketball guy. I was a string bean in high school, so I just didn't really want to do all of that. So I was more of a basketball guy. But I love football. I love the physicality. I love the game.
Well, basketball's hard, though.
I think I got a concussion playing basketball. Like I got flattened by a guy. So
literally from the charges, and you go back like this. I mean, yeah, whiplash. My father played basketball at Cornerstone University, won a national title, but he was he was a football player that played basketball, and that's how that is. We're very
a football player that plays basketball is different than a guy that plays basketball that also plays football. It's like two different. Like
you want them off the court, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. So I know how that is. You get to like December and January, then the football players join the team, and it's like a whole different world. But let's talk about 8-man football, because I don't know a lot about it, and I know a lot of people on my show don't know a lot about it. So
people on here know about it either. So
let's talk a little bit about that. Can you explain it?
So let's start off with the field. It's not a 100-yard field; it's an 80-yard field. So that already takes a lot from the game. It's a shorter field. You go from 50 to 40 on the sides, or whatever the case is, and then it's a big Cracker Jack box, and you just honestly you can't get any outside. So let's say you want to do a running back sweep. I honestly mean you can't get the outside. You have to go inside to outside, and then you'll typically break it, whatever the case is, for a touchdown. But you have to get the first 2 guys to miss, and then it's a touchdown. But it's difficult because everyone can tackle. Everyone has a skill set. Like, everyone is very key on what they have to do. So if you can get 8 guys that know their job and know how to tackle and know how to pursue the ball, I mean, you can win every game, because it's not like 11-man football where it's honestly the jump from 11-man to 8-man. It goes basically like this: you just add a couple more weapons to your tool belt, because now you can have an extra tight end, you have an extra wide receiver, or extra halfback, whatever you want. In 8-man, you only have 3 to 4 linemen, the 3 linemen and a tight end. then you have a slot and a split, running back and a quarterback. That's it. So I went from playing every position my whole life there at Faith Baptist, the wide receiver, slot, tight end, halfback, fullback. I was playing safety, middle linebacker, kickoff return, punt return, everything. So I never left the field ever.
So did you sell popcorn too?
Yeah, I did everything. Never leave the field. I'm puking while I'm calling plays.
Oh my God.
It's coming out my mouth. I have no water. I need something. You don't get breaks in 8-man football. That's where I'm kind of like a little excited about. I'm obviously not going to get a break in 11-man, but I'm excited just to, be with more guys, be with more personnel. Maybe I don't have to make every single play. My boy next to me can make a couple plays. I make a couple plays. It's a team effort. 8-man, sometimes, if you don't have everyone with you, it goes one way.
You can't hide anybody. When you have 8 guys on the field, you can't hide. You can't hide that one guy that doesn't always know his assignments. In an 11-man game, you can do that. You can, you got a guy that's kind of suspect at certain. You can put him somewhere, and he may not get exposed. But when you have that, it's literally
every play.
And it's like basketball on grass.
Literally, no. Honestly, you can do crazy. So my junior year when we played against the deaf school, they never went to any championship in their whole history of the school. And they had ESPN out there, ABC News, Fox News. Every news source. Even Disney was out there recording. I don't know, making some movie or something. And we beat them 72 or like 82-6 or something crazy like that. Blow them out of the water. But we had a good team, though, mind you.
Mm.
Very good team. We had everyone at the perfect spot, everything. They were a great team. And it's so crazy because it's like playing basketball on grass, but imagine with no noise. So these guys are, they're calling hike and everything, but with no noise, obviously. So they're throwing up whatever how they talk in sign language to people, and then they're talking back. And now all the people, their players turn to the quarterback. He does whatever, play they need to do. And then they all turn and he goes, and then the ball gets snapped and you start playing. There's nothing to it. That's all it is. So, there's things like, they get a lot of, false starts and things like that where, you kind of got to give it to them because they
kind of working against the curve. But
so they ended up beating us the next year. And they whooped us. The same exact score, we whooped them the next year. So, that was what?
No, I was just going to say, I'm looking at your scores from last season, and it's like you guys were 9-1. Like you said, you made it to the state championship. Like you guys never scored below 38 points. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing about 8-man too. It's the high scoring games, and this is where I think 11-man needs to maybe I don't know what it is, but we need more points because it gets fun when you're up 20 points and you don't think they're coming back, and somehow they get a fumble real quick, 8 points because you go 2 points in 8-man, not a field goal because you're so close. You're gonna get more opportunities to score. Why kick a field goal when you can get 2 points and then they add up? You get
that is quickly
points already, and now you're up. Whatever the case is. So, 8-man football is just really awesome. But what was I getting back to?
We were kind of just talking about the game in and of itself.
Well, the deaf school they ended up beating us the next year because they came back harder and everything. But I dislocated my thumb at quarterback from I was stiff arming a kid and he got caught in there. And the one play I went out for, they threw the freshman or sophomore quarterback behind me throws a pick six on a simple slant route, and I was sitting there getting my hand taped. I was just like, why didn't we run the ball? And just simple things like that when you don't give the ball up to a younger kid, maybe know what he's doing, or those are just coaching issues on that part of it.
Yeah, those kind of things happen in games. Heat of the moment. You kind of want to keep your offense going. You're rolling, but at the same time, you got to kind of understand that this guy may not have seen as much action, so you want to kind of ease him in at the same time. That's something that a lot of us on the side we see more than that guy else. So you can kind of see it coming, and that's one of as a fan, sometimes one of the more frustrating parts of a game is seeing those decisions being made that can work, but I'm not the one that that's not my job. So, but
that
at
kid actually was going to be our starting quarterback. He was a sophomore behind me, but he was going to be our starting quarterback like the start of the season. I didn't even know I was quarterback until the day of the game, and my coach came up to me. He said, we can't put him in there. He can't do it. And I just was like, sure, I'll do it. And I went undefeated all the way up to the season. So
was that so did you play quarterback the year before?
No, never in my life I've ever played quarterback, and I led us to an undefeated season my senior year.
Well, that's a great season. I mean, like you said, playing.
My boys
are kind of out of position.
They blocked for me pretty well, and I had a great personnel. I had a great running back where we did play actions all the time, so they really didn't know if I was going to hold it, if my running back was going to keep it, or if I was going to throw it up to. I had a 7-foot tight end too, so which made it way easier. In basketball too, we won back-to-back state championships together from basketball to football, which is winning with a group of kids like that. It's just a different experience. You get to really enjoy high school sports and just everything that comes with it.
I mean, winning makes everything a lot easier. I mean, nobody wants to lose. You got 16 guys on the field playing against each other, 10 in basketball, 22, whatever.
Yeah.
Those guys on the other side, they don't want to lose either, but somebody has to. But if I had to choose, I wouldn't rather never lose. You know what I mean? But I think when it comes to guys, if I'm a college coach and I'm putting together a team, I want if I can get it, I want two things from a guy.
Yep.
I want a guy who plays multiple sports because that's dedication. And that's attention to detail, and that's understanding every job that you have at any given time. Plus, to me, skills from one sport translate over to another. That's invaluable sometimes. And I want a guy that's a winner. I mean, of course, like I said, there's so many high schools in every state. Only one team can win a championship, but finding guys that come from a culture of winning. Yep. Whether they won in one sport and didn't win in the other, they understand what it takes. They understand the sacrifice. They understand that it's not about playing for my stats. They're gonna come. Stats are gonna come. But I'm not forcing mine. Because I know the guy next to me, I gotta trust him. So I was watching one of your previous interviews, and I saw that you guys have won a state championship, and you lost this previous season, but you won in basketball. And I'm like, that's a winner.
I got rings here too, actually. I got them right here. I didn't know if you were gonna ask me for it. So I got one here.
Oh, you got the jewelry.
I got 3 of them. I have this one too. This one's my biggest one probably.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
This on the side.
That's nice.
And then I have one more. This one was from the All-American game at SoFi, with the Dream All-American organization. But this one's probably like my favorite one, as the. I put it upside down. As that, and then it has the SoFi too on the side.
That is that. So, like I said earlier, I kind of like to kind of weave in and out. How was it playing in SoFi, man? A lot of guys don't get to play in a pro stadium at any level. So, what was that experience like?
It was the national championship game, so they had all the national championship stuff up. They had the Chargers game also the day after that game. So we walked into the locker rooms and everything. And they already had everything. It was just really cool. But we couldn't actually change in the locker rooms because of these games that were going on.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I didn't get that experience, but eventually I visited back, and it's nothing crazy, the locker room. It's just a normal locker room. But unlike some NFL stadiums that they have super sweet locker rooms. But playing at SoFi was I will never forget that day. And a funny story about it, actually. I walked in, I didn't have my pants. I completely forgot the pants. My dad is furious with me. And I'm very big with attention to detail, small things. And just, some things happen like that. And I had no pants. So I eventually traded with some guy on my team. We worked it out. But it was so funny. I didn't even was worrying about the game before. I was worrying about my pants. And then before the game, I got my pants on. And then here I'm on the field, strapped with my helmet on and everything. But I caught one over the middle. I caught a touchdown at SoFi, that was awesome. Scoring a touchdown, looking up in your crowd, you seeing your pops up there. And for me, it was a full crowd. I was playing at the Super Bowl. I mean, it was full packed arena for me. So it was fun, but playing with also kids from all over the state, you know, seeing the kids that put time in just as much as you do, that really shows, because other people have the same dream as you. And you have to remember that you always want to keep going, persevering, but you can't compare because everyone has a different story. But it was just an amazing experience so far.
Yeah, that was another, you know, like I said, I try to do a little research. I don't like to do too much because I like to learn when I talk, but I like to kind of get a background. And I saw that all, you know, because like I said, there's guys that's playing in college that don't get to play in a pro stadium. So,
Yeah.
you know, some places are, you know, some places are fortunate to have it.
That was my first 11-man game ever in my life.
Oh, hey, that's even better.
Yeah.
That's a lot of firsts.
It was interesting too, because I was like, man, this is gonna be different. I was so scared, I was so nervous, and then I got out there. I was like, no offense, but it was differently easy in a sense, because now I don't have to make every tackle. I don't have to, you know, I don't have to do everything compared to my teams and everything. So it was fun, and it was like it was kickoff was different for me, because you get out there and now you got like 22 guys on the field. You know,
yeah, it's a lot crowded now.
And so you got linemen in the middle, kind of, then you got, you know, faster guys on the outside. And I was lining up against some, you know, other safety from another school. But, you know, we came right at each other, torqued our heads back when we both hit each other, the case was. But yeah, it was awesome. It is a really big experience.
So that, like I said, that's a good, you know, like I said, that's a good experience just playing in an environment like that, but also that being your first 11-man game and giving you, you know, kind of like a boost heading forward. So we're gonna jump a little bit now. We're gonna move from high school to your recruitment process. How did that go for you?
Well, it was very difficult at first, to be honest with you. I mean, I had a lot of NAIA schools that were giving me full rides. I think I had like 5 to 6 something full ride NAIs, which was amazing. I was blessed with that opportunity, and coaches reaching out from there. But you know, the ultimate dream for me was to play D1 since I was a kid. And in my family, no one's ever done that. So it was a big moment for me. And I've always kept my eye on the prize and the dream. So we were always looking at a bunch of schools. We reached out to 1,500 schools. We emailed, Twittered, everything, anything we could have. Every single Division I school in the area. So we emailed everything, and nobody answered back but one coach, and that was Coach Calloway from the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. And we talked on the phone. He gave me an opportunity to talk to him. And he says, I don't really give many people to call me, but here you are. And so I called him, talked to him. And he liked how, you know, straight to matter of fact I was, whatever the case was, over the phone. And he invited me out to Pride Day or Lion Day, they call it out there. And you go out there and, you know, get to see all the, you know, staff. You know, you get to see everybody. You get to see what you want to do, all that. So I flew out there as soon as I could. I met him, and we had a great talk. And he walked me through the, you know, area. And he said I had the it factor, and it was just amazing. And I just felt like at home, and I stepped on that field, and I, you know, got chills through my body, and I felt like I could create something here. And I was excited to learn about the culture and just everything that came with it, the atmosphere. So it was awesome. You know, when you're walking around beat bopping and other people beat bopping with you, that's
yeah.
something for me.
It's just like the same vibe.
That's like you on the same path as me. We together, you know. And in California, LA, it's not like that. I be dancing at my school all the time, and kids looking at me side eye. And you know, but I don't think I just laugh and I just keep dancing, because guess what? I'm happy, I'm laughing. You just staring at me looking weird. So
yeah. No, number one rule is you have to be you. You know, yeah. And if you can find, you know, if you can find people that rock with you, yeah, then that's great. But at the end of the day, regardless, you got to be you. And that's, you know, finding the right fit is tough for a lot of kids. I mean, that's something that hundreds of thousands of kids go through in their time picking a college, whether it's just academically or athletically. You need to find that place that's right for you.
Yeah.
Your story is almost, you know, it's almost storybook like, because like you said, it only takes one coach. You know, you could have called all those coaches and they all could have been like, hey, we want you. But one coach that can believe in you, you know, on the other side of the country almost, you know, that's something that, you know, that's something that can really guide you forward, because that's somebody that really sees value in you, and that's to me when it comes to recruiting, it's not always about what coaches tell you because their job is to sell you on their school. Their job is to sell you on everything to get you to commit. But if you can have that connection, and like you said, you felt that vibe when you went there, to me, that's more important than what any coach can say because you still have to go to school there at the end of the day. You have to be comfortable. Yeah, you have to be comfortable wherever you at. We all want to go to whatever big school is, your dream school. Of course, but you sometimes you have to, sometimes you have to make that adjustment and find that right atmosphere. So
I prioritized a lot of things when I was going into this, and I was gonna go, I was gonna go JUCO and I was gonna play at Moore Park. They actually were trying to get me play spring ball like during spring football, and they were trying to recruit me during the spring ball for me to play during their spring ball games. So I could help them, whatever the case was, or whatever. But I was like, if you're an athlete and you don't really necessarily know what you want, and you start talking to these coaches, like you said, they're gonna start just guiding you through it. And they almost got me through, and I was like, no, I don't know if I want to do JUCO. Let me think about it. And right when I had the time to think about it, I had these calls and everything started happening. But I feel like you were saying, I found the good fit for me, and why go to JUCO and try to find something better or whatever people think. That has nothing to do with that. It had to do with the school. It had to do with the people, and it had to do with restoring the pride. I noticed a couple tough seasons the UAPB gone through, but that doesn't show that they haven't won in their past seasons. I mean, they won back-to-back, whatever the case was, and I want to be a part of that. And Coach Hampton came, and I want to be part of him and part of just his story. And every single coach is brand new, and I got blessed enough to be a part of the Pride now. So that's kind of how my recruitment went with it. So
yeah, and that was another reason why I wanted to bring you on, because Pine Bluff has been they are the definition of a roller coaster program. They'll have some really high highs. They'll win a championship, make it to the championship game, and then they'll have a few lean years, and then they'll bounce back up. And they've been on the downward trend. They changed coaches this past season. They brought in Coach Hampton, and he's like their slogan, they're restoring the pride. How important was that kind of energy from the coach?
Huge.
To help guide you there.
Huge. The thing when they're talking about things that you can't see with your eyes and just like plays that you do and just actions that you have, it makes you realize that these coaches aren't really looking for just like the player they want. They're looking for personnel that they want on their team. They don't want just some random 6'4" Joe Schmo. They want a kid that wants to hit and that wants to play. And I feel like that's kind of me. I don't care about what it is. I just want to play football. That's it. I want to play wide receiver if you need a wide receiver. If you need a fullback, I'll play fullback. I mean, I might get hurt or whatever the case is. I'll try it. Whatever the case. I mean, if you need someone to go clean the bathrooms, I'll clean the bathrooms. Like I genuinely don't care. I just want to play football. So,
yeah, and that's just being a football player. I think that's there's guys that are specialists. They have one position they play, but then every team needs those utility knife guys. Swiss Army knife, whatever you want to call them. Just a player. Just a player. Whatever you want, coach, I do it. And those guys are invaluable because those guys there are the difference between a okay team and a good team. Those are the guys that make sacrifices.
That's what I've been noticing about UAPB. The guys that they've been recruiting, they recruited out another kid from out here with me. I don't know him or anything. I just know he goes to LA Valley, and he's a safety also. But out here in LA, if you play JUCO ball, you're a dog. You're a true dog. And then I saw they get another dog from same players I played with, same kids and everything. And I was just like, they truly are pulling people that want to play and that don't care about anything but playing football. So that's what really just drew me there. And also knowing that it's an HBCU school, I want to be part of that type of stuff and have a story. So
yeah, one thing I will say before we kind of slide over is California JUCOs, man. Like you said, you have to be a dog. You have to be dedicated because it's not like JUCOs and other places where, you know, guys got dorms and all that kind of stuff. You have to, and I've interviewed a couple guys from California JUCOs, and everybody, you know, you watch Last Chance U and all that kind of stuff. You know that those guys, you have to work. Sometimes you literally have to work.
All the time. I train with them all the time, but what's so different about them is that they're so explosive. The explosiveness that these kids have off the line are it's insane. But it's grades. Grades will always come down to it, because if you can't make up the grade, you can't apply yourself to that portion of it, because you're going to school. You're not going to play football.
Oh yeah, that's number one.
And then you're playing football. So I'm excited, and you know, my school was a very hard school. Every day a test, quiz. I always had Bible verse quizzes and Bible stuff, and I'm with God. I'm always with God. But you know, sometimes those tests and quizzes get on you, and you get back late from a game, and you don't want to be necessarily studying a whole scripture right before with your other tests with it.
On top of everything else.
I mean, with your English quizzes, with your math tests and homework, plus a Bible class, I mean, it teaches you to always keep time for one side, because eventually you're gonna have to study it or whatever the case is. So that's what helped me with school, with time management. So I'm excited to put myself in the college atmosphere and excel. So
yeah, and being going to college your first year, no matter what school it is an adjustment, and being able to balance being a freshman athlete, which requires a lot of different things, different schedules, classes, college, you don't have nobody, waking you up in the morning. You don't have teachers, teachers in college don't care if you come to class or not. Honestly, they want you there, but they're not going to cry if you don't show up. So they'll be more than happy to, put you on that list of people who, now you facing the opportunity of not playing. So it's definitely an adjustment. Is there anything that you have as far as expectations for your first year of college, and whether it's academically or athletically, or is there anything that you're looking forward to?
And I'm looking forward to a lot, honestly. I'm looking forward to just being there and settling myself in and trying to get my name up there. But I'm excited just for like you were trying to say. I'm excited for that type of life. No one waking me up, no one caring about where I'm at, because those are choices, and those are choices I want to make. So I'm gonna do them if I want to do them. And like I was saying, my Christian school taught me so much with professors and just how to approach right situations. If you get a bad test score, you don't go and complain to a teacher saying you taught me wrong. That's not how you do that. You ask them for extra help. You ask them, can I see you after class, and you do the respectful things. So the biggest thing what I'm excited for though is it's practices and football, because it's really why I'm going, is to play football. But I'm excited to just learn my teammates and learn who they are, learn their stories, tell them my story. Besides football, always hanging out with the guys and those type of things. Those are the things that make me want to play football. It's the the guys and the groups, and just always being able to have fun, and never always working hard, working towards a goal. So that those are the things I'm excited about, is playing football, doing school, and just training.
Yeah, because your team is your family. You guys got to spend a lot of time together. Yeah. So like I said, you're going in a battle with these guys. They got to trust you. You got to trust them. Got to have that love. I've seen teams that have fallen apart because the guys don't necessarily. We don't have to be best friends. We don't have to be hugging all day, but we got to trust each other when the time comes. So that's definitely an important thing. Have you had any opportunity to kind of talk to any of the guys yet, or any of the other recruits?
I talked to the starting quarterback. I texted him a little bit. He said, welcome to the Pride and everything. I texted him on the side. I was like, thanks for, reaching out to me, whatever the case was. But I haven't really got the chance to. I talked to a couple of the wide receivers, the kicker, the snapper when I was there. I talked to a lot of them when I was actually there. No, I haven't. So I'm excited to really, reach out to them. I've seen all the kids that they recruited, so I've been following them and, keeping a low profile, not saying anything yet. But
kind of feeling your way out.
I should hit him up a little bit and say what's up.
Like being able to, kind of build that camaraderie is always a good thing. The SWAC is a historical conference. There's a lot of things that, we produce some really great guys, and the league is on the upswing now. You'll have games where, you play in front of 25, 30,000 people. Are you excited to play in this league?
I'm very excited to play in this league. I'm excited to, like I said, I like just to play football, and whether it's 20,000, 30,000, or 100, I don't care. I want to play football. So, but I'm just really excited to be in front of a group of people that are coming to support, and always just always supporting. That's what I love about UAPB. They're just such a supporting school, and the fans there are just amazing because they're coming for you. They're not necessarily coming for the score. They're coming for as you as a group of men that are on that field that are putting your risk of life towards out there and trying to have fun with the cases. But I'm excited to join the league. I'm excited to see what teams can bring in, what teams can, whatever the case is. So that's really what I'm excited about.
Yeah, it's a very intense league. It's really close knit. All the teams are kind of in the same region, so a lot of guys kind of know each other, or the schools are very familiar. A lot of rivalries, so it's gonna be some intense games. A lot of talking. This is a league where the guys talk on the field. Every guy I talk to, they say you have to bring your portion. If y'all does somebody gonna be talking to you, the intensity is always high. So it's definitely a fun atmosphere. Do you have anything that you do before a game? Like, I know some guys might listen to music to get them going, or anything like that.
I think about everything that's personally hurt me in my life, and issues, and just I get really revved up, and I use my anger as a big tool, and I'm sure most football guys do. But I just kind of sit there and I listen to music kind of when I'm going out there and about the football. But beforehand, I'm really content with me, with God. I'm just kind of talking to him, going through what I'm going through, and I do my tape and everything, so I'll do that. But honestly, I just kind of keep this, I become insane and become like someone that I'm just not when I put that helmet on. Like when I put it on, I feel, I don't want to say murder on my mind, but that's kind of how
yeah, I understand. Like they say, football is the opportunity to legally brutalize somebody for 60 minutes. So
I'm excited to play defense with whether or they want me on offense. I really don't know what the kind of feeling is with the coaches with that, but I'm sure if I get a couple reps at wide receiver, they're gonna want to see me at wide receiver. And I'm still working, on like one-on-one DB work. I'm more of a safety on that part of the defensive side. I can hawk guy someone perfectly and make a good break on it. But still guarding one-on-one is tough. But cornerback is so hard. It's so.
Oh yeah, that's a tough. That's because when you play cornerback, you're doing what the receiver does backwards. Yeah. So literally. you have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to be aware of your footwork, and you have to keep up with this guy that knows where he's going. You don't know where he's going, and you have to do everything he does, and be there to make a play on the ball on top of all that. So that's not an easy position. And this guys that's played corner for years that still can't get it right. So that's one of those adjustment positions.
Yeah. Or like Diggs. Diggs is a really good. Maybe not the best guarder on the side, but he can get picks.
He's a ball hog, though.
Yeah,
exactly. He's a gambler.
He's very smart, actually, if you think about it. He knows which personnel might, throw short passes, or which personnel will break off the ball faster, and he'll just sit there and wait, and he'll get beat, and he'll get beat for one play maybe, and then he'll get a pick the next play because he's tempting you. Yeah, maybe you got one play, but he didn't get the second play.
Yeah. And to be a guy like that, you have to have a very short memory. You can't let anything stick to you. A guy like that, he could get, like you said, he can get burnt and he'll come back because he knows that he's gonna get his opportunity. All he needs is one play to turn the game around. If I get beat, and as long as we keep him out of the end zone, but I get beat, then we can live to fight another down, and then I can make that play. And that play I got beat on is erased because I forced a turnover, or I knocked the ball away on third down, forced a punt. So, being a defensive guy, you definitely have to have a short memory. You can't let things stick to you.
No, I didn't.
So if you're a guy that that beats yourself up over plays, defense is not for you. Because you
gotta get madder after something that like negative.
Yeah.
You can't get sad or like, oh man, I wish you did, bro. Next play.
Next play. It's like baseball. The greatest hitter of all time hit 400. 4 out of 10 times he hit the ball. So you're gonna fail more than you succeed. You just have to be able to move runners, do other things. So it's not necessarily the success factor. Statistically, it's doing the little things. And that's that goes to any level of sports, is the little things. Like you said, attention to detail. That's what it's all about. And that's what life's about. Attention to detail.
Everything, little things.
So we're gonna take a couple minutes, and I want to talk some off the field stuff, because I want everybody to kind of get an idea of who you are, besides the murder missile. That's what I'm gonna call you. that's just my name for you. But besides that guy, let's who is AC off the field, man? What kind of things do you like to do when you're not working out or playing? I know you play like a trillion sports and you play at every position on the field. But when you're not doing anything sports wise, what do you like to do?
I love playing Madden. I love playing video games. I honestly, my whole life is football. I don't know what else to say about that type of stuff. Well, the things I don't do, I love stretching. Stretching is a big thing I like to do. I try to get in 30 minutes a day. I feel like it's really optimal for yourself. I love reading books. I love, I love hanging out with my little brother. I recently got a little brother, thankfully, and just having that part of my life is really cool because I get to show him everything. I'm an only child, so everything I wish I could have done with the brother as a kid, I do now. So it's funny watching dumb shows and just, I always take him driving with my car, like just around the block, whatever the case is, just fun things like that. But I have a girlfriend, so hang out with my girlfriend, go see movies, go eat dinner. I hang out with my friends, just normal things. I don't know. I don't like parties. I don't like those things. Hurt like the music too. It hurts my ears kind of when I'm at those things. So things like that cases. I don't know. I'm a weird guy. Like you said, I'm like certain murderers just stay at home, man. So that's kind of just what it is. I just stay at home and I watch film all day. I play a lot of Madden. I think that's where I got a lot of my idea, and just playing the video game all day was just my thing as a kid. So different formations. What?
Oh no, I was gonna say I'm more of a 2K guy, but I do play a lot of Madden.
Yeah,
I've been playing Madden since like '94, so that ages me right there.
You know that NCAA 14 game? Okay, with Rod, I think it's Rodman on the cover, like stiff arm some guy.
The
guy from
Robinson.
Robinson, that's him. Yeah, he was my favorite quarterback at the time because he never seen
Denard Robinson.
Yeah, I mean he fell off a little bit, but I love him. I think he's a kick returner now for the Jaguars, right?
Yeah, he was. I don't know if he's still, but he was a kick returner. They moved him around.
He's my favorite. But anyways, I that game for me that changed my life because I would play it and it had the Road to Glory thing, which no other video game at the time had. So I would make all these characters, and I remember playing with Virginia Tech, and it was playing against I don't know like Alabama or something. I was playing the video game, and I just sat there. I was like. The crowd, and you could see the game and everything. I was just, I want to play football. I want to play division. I want to be on this game one day. I want to be on this game one day. And I said to myself, I will one day. I don't know why, but if you notice, they're saying that FBS schools and they're going to be on the video game this next NCAA.
Yeah, next summer.
Yeah. So it's weird now that we're getting up to this point where like I have this opportunity where maybe I can be on this game, So those are big things. But yeah, off the field, ice cream. I love eating ice cream. I love Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I think the Jimmy Fallon ice cream is amazing. It has all the flavors, and it also has cookie dough. I love cookie dough.
I had to try that. Ice cream. I love ice cream, but it doesn't love me. If you know what I'm saying. So I have to be real. I have to be real. Hesitant when I eat it.
I'd be light with it. You gotta get samples.
Yeah, I have to have like one scoop of vanilla or a scoop of chocolate, but I can't. I love it.
Tastes good though.
Yeah, that's the problem. You know, it's like it tastes really good, but and my wife loves ice cream. She always keep 2 or 3 containers of ice cream in the freezer, and I just look at it like, man,
You're holding the shower curtain.
yeah, just like, oh my god, I know this is not gonna be good, but I'm sometimes I just gotta go for it. But what is that other than ice cream? Is there anything that you consider would be like your favorite food?
Yeah, my favorite. I love. I'm a real big South food guy. I love pulled pork sandwiches, ribs. I love egg sandwiches. I love all that. Pancakes, bacon. I'm into those foods. Normal American breakfast is kind of that type of stuff. I can eat breakfast whenever. I think it kind of settles good on my stomach better than anything. So I mean, I eat pancakes. I mean, almost every other day, probably at nighttime, at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, because I like pancakes. I'd rather have pancakes because if you buy the protein pancakes, you can get a lot of protein in your food in general. So it's an easy way to get good food and protein in.
Yeah, I love breakfast we call it breakfast. I can't talk now. We call it breakfast for dinner. My wife will make pancakes and bacon and sausage and all of that. Yeah, so I love that. Sometimes I like that more than anything else for dinner. Because I'm not a big breakfast person, but I eat cereal and all that stuff all times of the day. So I eat my breakfast.
I don't know. I'm not
any time of the day
either though. In the morning, it's kind of too heavy in the morning.
It is. And if I eat too much, I get sleepy. I rather save it for later. Eat something light in the morning, and okay lunch and big dinner. But is there anything that you like to listen to music wise?
Music wise, I like heavy metal. I know I used to go to a Christian school, so they always looked upon that type of music and everything. But just like anything, if you let things control you, you can let anything control you, negative or positive.
Oh yeah, that's a big fact right there.
Yeah. So the same with social media. Social media can be positive or negative depending on the way you use it. So like in your sense, it's a positive because you're bringing people to talk, and those are positive things. But a lot of people just use it in a negative atmosphere. But,
it's so social media is all in what you get out of it, what you put into it. If you look for negative things, you're gonna get a negative result.
Even the thoughts you say out loud to your phone will bring up random stuff on your social media. I mean, come on. It's awful. But music wise, I love heavy metal. I love rap. I'm really big into Christian music too. I like music in general. I'm kind of an every type of guy. I love everything. If you don't like me, then don't like me. So,
I like that, man. Your attitude is similar to mine. Like I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so I grew up in a time where rap was really getting kicked off. But I used to watch a lot of MTV, and I love metal. I'm a metal guy. My wife is into country music, so I listen to some of that. My playlist is like all over the place, man. I got the pop music.
My dad's he was I think he finished high school in like 93 or
oh yeah, we're the same age. Yeah, your dad like a year older than me,
something like that. So I don't know. He taught me a lot though, because like you were trying to say, there was a lot going on during that time. A lot of different music. A lot of people thought the world was gonna end and all this type of random.
2000, 2K. Everybody thought the world was coming.
I mean, there's a lot going on. So I also have that idea. I have a lot of just different genres, but yes, heavy metal, rap. I love jazz music. I used to play the trombone, which is kind of funny to say. I used to play the trombone for 5 years. So I love music, and just if you have a good melody and you got a good beat with it, and you got lyrics that aren't necessarily just weird as hell, then I like it. You know what I mean? I just think it's so weird to talk about, like half of the rappers nowadays, they don't even have a story with their song. I mean, there's gotta be some type of setting or theme to it. And these are just normal English, terminologies that people use. I mean, in a play or whatever. So it's the same idea. I mean, I don't get any of the rap songs nowadays. It's so weird to me. So,
I'm the kind of guy that I listen to the radio sometimes, but the only new music I ever pick up on is whatever they put on Madden, how they having the menus and stuff, and I'll be playing the game, and
I love that song.
It burrows in your ear, and I'm like, okay, I like this, and then I listen to it, and it's like 2 minutes long, and it's like, I'm used to songs 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes long, so I'm just getting into it and it's over. So I had to listen to it like 4 times, you know, to kind of equal the play. But you know, I like certain things, but like I said, you know, some things I'm older now, so some things don't resonate with me. But I played the clarinet for like 3 years. I was not good. I was not good. But
it's hard.
It's very hard. It's very hard.
You have to put your tongue. I don't know. It sounds weird, but you gotta put your tongue in
the
atmosphere.
Yeah, it's. I didn't, you know, when I picked the instrument, I didn't think that it was gonna be hard, but it was very hard.
The saxophone is very close to the clarinet.
Yeah, they're similar.
That's so much easier. I don't know why someone gave you a clarinet if you're not good at music, but I don't
know. I had a band director who I guess was into torturing kids because when I picked the instrument, he never said, you know, he never said that this is not gonna be easy. You show? He was like, okay, tell your mama to go ahead and get this. And luckily, my niece played the clarinet, so I gave it to her.
Well, and then I think it's so easy. The saxophone is like 6 notes, and all you have to know is which fingers to hit for each note, and that's it.
Yeah. So I left that to everybody else. My wife, she plays the flute. She's like great at it. So I you know, that's that. I'm a listener, not a player when it comes to music.
For sure.
So and we're gonna get ready to start to wrap this up, man. I definitely enjoy you stopping by and talking with me. Would you like to for the people out there, would you like to you know give them your social so they can follow you?
Yeah, it's a.c.swadling. That is my Instagram. My Twitter handle is _AC_Swadling. And that's kind of the only socials I have besides that. So that's it.
All right. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all give them a follow. I'm gonna try to get you some more people to keep tabs on you, and I'm gonna definitely be in touch with you, man. Keep tabs on your journey. I'm a Southern guy. We play at Pine Bluff this year. I'm trying to. I may make that trip. I'm not sure yet, but if I do, I'm gonna get in touch with you, man, because I want to keep tabs on you and see how you're doing. So feel free to hit me up.
Yeah, I'll check
anytime.
In touch, and maybe we can do another one a year later. That's what I said.
That's what I like to do. I actually did one with a guy from Southern. He was a long snapper. Transferred to Southern last year. He made all conference this year. So we did another show. And the one guy I interviewed from Pine Bluff actually is in the NFL now. So no pressure.
The lineman guy?
Yeah, Mark Evans. Evans. He just signed a contract I think today. So no pressure, but I got a 100% ratio of guys going to NFL from Pine Bluff. All so right. no pressure.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
But everybody, this is AC the Missile Swadling, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow him and keep tabs on his journey as he takes a big difference from California to Arkansas, but he gonna be in with the Golden Lions and doing his thing. So once again, man, thank you for stopping by, and we definitely gonna reconnect and do this again. So
100%.
With that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all on another edition of SWAC Talk.
SWAC Talk out, boy.
That's right. We out of here.